Now it's 6. The tragedy in Texas has taken a toll on many of us, and that's most certainly true of teachers. That's why we wanted to check in with them and have an in-depth conversation. 10 TV's Brittany Bailey talked with them about a wide range of issues. Brittany?
Well, Yolanda, these 3 Central Ohio teachers have each been in education for more than 2 decades, and they've certainly seen a number of things change, and that includes not only how they're expected to educate, but also how they're expected to protect.
I just have to dig really deep because I'm the one to keep them safe. I have to have a strong front to make them feel safe. But it's just heartbreaking that this keeps happening in our society.
If a moment actually happens, do I have a plan or several plans that I would follow in those moments in an emergency? Certainly, and I'm definitely not going to share it with anyone here or in my classroom because you don't know who you need the plan for.
Has there ever been a time where you've been at school and you have felt there is a real threat?
Absolutely. I've been in one where I've heard gunfire. I've been in one where, you know, as a teacher, you kind of get a sense when it's a drill. I mean, there's just, because the feeling, you know, the feeling. You can tell by the tone, the feeling, the approach. But when one is called quickly, and you can hear it in people's voices, and it lasts too long, you know it's a real lockdown.
My students that I typically work with are complex needs, and are quiet is not a word in our classroom definition. So I do think when I'm with the classrooms, we're first. We can't be quiet, we can't hide, and we can't get out. We literally are sitting ducks.
Our job is, in my opinion, is not to carry weapons. I'm there to make children feel safe and not to be armed. I'm there to comfort them. I'm there to teach them. I'm there to do those things and not carry a weapon.
I'm a veteran. I serve in the military, and there's an extensive amount of training that it takes, and some folk don't have that training. And if they did, I still wouldn't necessarily trust them because I've seen some teachers have some serious breakdowns. As much as I love teachers and they're good people, they're still human beings and they make mistakes. And I wouldn't want a teacher to have to decide if that person coming in is a threat to the school or somebody trying in a hurry to pick up their kid because they have a dentist appointment.
The last thing I would ever want for any of my colleagues is to have to pull a gun while their class watches them. Let's talk about that level of trauma. You know, this isn't just protecting them physically, it is protecting them emotionally too. And I couldn't imagine, like going back, I couldn't imagine watching one of my teachers do that. Why would I do that to my students?
Here we are again. Here is another senseless tragedy that has killed children, teachers, destroyed families, and there is, you know, a school having to pick up the pieces. They should be ending their school year with a celebration, and they're ending it in complete devastation and tragedy. And, you know, when is enough enough? And I just keep waiting for the enough.
Well, as you heard, much of what these teachers had to say was heartbreaking, but they also shared some words of hope, and we'll share that tonight at 11. And you can see our extended conversation online at 10tv.com. Yolanda.